A hard-working pioneer spirit is what makes Idaho, Idaho. But a serious problem now threatens our way of life.
Brain power is our critical resource.
We've got to do better. This is about economic development.
Too many of our kids are giving up.
Idaho ranked 43rd in the U.S. for its people finishing college. Only 1 in 3 high school graduates goes on for training or education after high school. Everybody else left to struggle, earning 50 cents on the dollar, not eligible for 61% of new jobs. And in a changing world economy, the stakes could not be higher.
We can talk about it or we can act.
Our way of life is in jeopardy, and the great gem state is beginning to lose its shine.
You know, I love the outdoor environment that we've got, but there are other places that have got this. If we don't have an educated workforce, if we don't have a world-class education system, I just don't think we'll be a state that young people want to come back to. I already see some of that.
If we lead our kids to believe that a high school education is enough, I think we're doing them a great disservice.
The implications for society are complex.
When you don't have a college degree, you're stuck in those low wage paying jobs. You have really no freedom.
We're all at risk if we don't invest in this. It is our future, whether we have children in the school system or not.
The link between education and earning potential is becoming ever more clear.
The minimum wage jobs that are around here are not going to pay your rent and your car payment, let alone food, gas, you know, all of the everyday things that you have to make it as an adult.
If you don't have the education, and you better be prepared to work pretty hard at some pretty menial, labor-intensive jobs.
Farming in Idaho is more demanding than ever.
Our high school graduates are not prepared to tackle some of the technological problems that farmers face every day.
Obviously, J.R. Simplot was a very, very successful person and built an empire here in Idaho. But today, he wouldn't have been able to have the same opportunities that he enjoyed 50 years ago. An 8th grade education now wouldn't get you even in the front door.
Could an untrained workforce put Idaho manufacturers at a global disadvantage?
Even in Idaho, as you look at our comparisons with other states, we're not matching up very well, and you take that out to the world, and we've got to do better.
I know a lot of high-tech entrepreneurs that are having trouble growing their business in the state of Idaho, and some of them who've actually moved their businesses outside of the state of Idaho because they can't find the talent pool they need. What scares me is when we talk about job loss in the state, we only talk about one type of job loss. We talk about people getting laid off. There's a second type of job loss, which is when I have job openings for engineers and business people and marketing people in the state of Idaho, and I can't find the talent I need. So I end up having to ship the job to Seattle or the Bay Area to get it done.
Economic background and circumstances are not a barrier. One of the threads that runs through these successful families, companies, corporations, you name it, is education. I think I've seen many different families that have had no money somehow figure out how to get the money through loans, through working. The process may be a longer college experience because the money's been tighter, but they'll do whatever they need to do to come up with money to get the education that they need.
Is it too late to rewrite Idaho's story?
Food isn't going to go away. People have to be fed. We just have to be around to find a way to do it with less land, less water, less energy consumption, less overall resources. So that's going to require the people in the agribusiness industry to be smarter, sharper, faster, and better educated.
Strengthen our culture is the emphasis on education.
What will make our state a viable, productive, vibrant state will be a world-class education.
What if we treated our human capital as the critical commodity that it is, and realize that every mind that goes untapped is one too many. Where do we go from here? We go on.